Welcome, boys. Another trade recap. I was actually really excited to make this trade recap because it's such a fucking valuable lesson. So this is something that I learned. We actually took a loss last night, but I'm very happy with this loss. So let me go over the whole situation. So we open right here, right? This white candle right here, and we come, give a push, retrace, second push. Now I was targeting this liquidity all the way down here, right? I messed up on lots of things. I messed up on the entry, and I also messed up on, of course, the take profit and putting stop to break even. So, as you can see, we got major liquidity. Why is this major liquidity? Because it's a low. It's a major low, like this, and like these lows down here. So, if we get to this liquidity point, there's a big chance that we are going to reverse and the banks are going to buy after they stop people out, right? So, with this liquidity being here, we need to wait for like a push past the liquidity. Now, the problem is, if we do that, then we have this liquidity here, and if we do a sell position and we get like that push and hold and all that, even if the stop loss is at the level, and this is here, it's not even a 1-to-1. It's a 1.06, right? So the trade would be very, very bad. And then if we wanted to go even lower, and at least try to get a 1-to-1, then stop would definitely have to go to break even here. And it's just a little bit more risky, right? So scenario one, which if I was taking this trade, I should have taken it like this. And I wouldn't have actually even gone to a trade. It would have been a no trade day. So I should have waited for it to come down here and hold and give another push past this liquidity. But I entered before the liquidity, and that made me lose. So I gave a push, retrace, second push. So if you're gonna enter before the liquidity, then you need to be hitting the take profit where the liquidity stands, right? So I took this trade, and I should have went stop to break even once it went to this liquidity. I didn't do stop to break even. Not gonna lie, I woke up 3 minutes before market open. That is the worst thing you can do. If you wake up 3 minutes before market open, you may as well not trade, because then you got to rush to get the levels, and this is a big lesson that I learned. So wake up at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. Now this is like the second or third time I've made this mistake, so I need to make sure I'm going to write it down, and I'm not going to do it again, because I have to wake up and I can make all these excuses like, oh, I was just fucking sleeping, I slept through my alarm. Well, guess what, motherfucker, I can set more alarms, right? Cool. So, now that that's out the way, I'll show you guys the trade that I should have taken. So, if I wanted to take a trade, right, the take profit would have to be this liquidity point right here, right? And we actually had our first push pre-market. So, right here, we had a push, we came all the way back up, and we actually had another push right here. So, we had our first push, right here, right? 225. This is our first push. So our first push goes to here. So now we are only waiting for a big retrace. So if we want to use the pre-market push as our first push, we need to see a big retrace, okay? So we saw that very big retrace, and just to make things even fucking better, if we jump down to the 1 minute time frame, I want to show you guys something. So this is the push pre-market, and it came up into this 1 minute fair value gap. And look how many times I reacted off of it. Of course, I reacted more times after the play happened, but I reacted like fucking 1, 2, 3, like 3 times before it even came down. Or 1, 2, 3. So I reacted 3 times at this fair value gap basically before it came down, so that's this extra confirmation. Let me jump back to the 5 minute time frame. So, pre-market push, we had a big retrace. So if we're going to use a pre-market push, we just need a big retrace. And for extra confirmation, it came into this little 1 minute fair value gap and reacted so many times. And then we pushed, right? We pushed past the pre-market push. So we should have entered right bloody here, right? This is the ideal. This is the ideal entry. Stop loss could have been above the wick of the candle. the body of the candle. Take profit could have been right here at the liquidity point. I don't know why I didn't take this trade. My brain just wasn't working, I guess. So this was a little bit unfortunate. But we come down, and then we do some fucking bullshit, and then we finally come all the fucking way, right? Wait, where's the lowest point? Oh, this is actually pre-market. No, that's why. I was thinking that was a little bit too much of a good risk reward. So this was the actual play. Sorry, I thought this was the pre-market wick out. But this is actually the pre-market wick out. So we need to wait for the push past the pre-market wick out. So this is the lowest point it got to. And then we came up. Then we did the shit in the fair value gap. And then we came down. Stop loss at the level. Take profit as liquidity. We would have tapped it. And it would have went all the way up. So that's the lessons. So let's go over it. Wake up on time, first of all. So you can actually mark out and you can see what the market's actually doing and make sure your level is in the correct spot. Number 2, don't enter before liquidity. If you do enter before liquidity, make sure your take profit is at that liquidity point. Even if it's a smaller trade, you might have to fit it in, but make sure it's at that liquidity point. And number 3, if you enter at liquidity, well, you need to go for push past liquidity. I don't know if I already said that, but if you enter near liquidity, you have to make sure it goes, holds, and gives a nice push past the liquidity. We're basically just trying to make sure we don't get faked out. That's the whole thing of liquidity, right? That's why we're waiting for the push, because we don't want to get a liquidity sweep and then we turn into the fucking liquidity, right? So make sure you're entering in the correct spot. Make sure you're waking up on the correct time. And make sure you don't fuck up like I did in this. So I'm happy. Honestly, we're on a fucking Mickey ass winning streak. This week we've got a break even, a win, a loss, and a no trade. So we've hit every fucking thing you possibly could. It looks like a flag, not the right flag either. So it is what it is. $300 loss, a little bit bigger than I'm used to. But this week with the tariff news is actually not that bad at all. These could have been all winning trades. So am I mad? Not at all. I was actually able to go back to sleep that night with a smile on my face on how I learnt. You know what I mean? I actually took this loss and switched it into a lesson. When you take a loss and it's actually a loss and it was your fault and you don't learn, that's when your emotions start to kick in. You know what I mean? So make sure you are learning from your losses. If you don't fucking learn from your loss, then you lose and you're paying tuition for fucking nothing. So if you lose, you may as well get something out of it. If you're not making money, you may as well get fucking something, right? Get a little bit of knowledge. So that's what I'm saying. So I hope you guys learn. I hope you learn from my mistakes so you guys don't have to implement it into your own trading. If you do, it is what it is. Just make sure you don't do it fucking twice. First time you do it is a mistake. The second time is a fucking choice. Just like how I didn't wake up on time. That was my fucking fault. So I'm taking responsibility. Sorry for the language. My mother did tell me to stop swearing in these. So sorry, mother. It's not for you cunts. I mean, it's not for you guys, but it's for my mother. So join the Discord. It's completely free. We have a amazing community in there. We are slowly growing day by day, as you can see. I got a free course if you guys want to learn. No, I'm not taking your money right now. Because I want more people in the community, and then I can take you guys' money. But yeah, so I post all my TikToks and YouTube videos in here. We got a free chat you guys can talk into. I do sometimes do my trades live, member profits, the whole fucking 9 yards when it comes to this course that I have for free. And then I post my wins, losses, long-term investments, and all the good stuff. So I'll catch you boys in the next one. Link is in description for my Discord. Enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.